Welcome back. Whilst parents and adults continue to share their thoughts on the reopening of schools island-wide on Monday, the 11th of January, Hot 7 TV had the opportunity to speak to students themselves about the reopening of school. The Ministry of Education has implored parents to listen to their children, and they did have a lot to say.
It's the 11th of January 2021 and is the big day that parents, guardians, teachers and students alike have been waiting for, the reopening of school in these COVID days. So to say that the children are excited has been an understatement. We caught up with some of the little opinionated ladies at the Ave Maria Girls' School, and here's what they had to say about how they feel about returning to the physical classes.
I like school because it gives me more education, because sometimes Zoom does be ending earlier, so you won't have any time. Sometimes you just be getting late and you have to wait in the waiting room, so it will be taking so long that Zoom ending so fast. So that's why I'd rather be at school, because it gives me more education. I rather normal school because you get to do something instead of just staying in the house and not doing anything. Because you know why I prefer it is because they have animations online. They tend to stay home, and then now the Prime Minister wants us to come to school, so it's not making no sense. And then on the other hand, he wants to tell us to stay home and this and that, and then we come into school. Some children just go to school by themselves, and and all types of things, and that's why I rather just stay home and be with my family. I like school, but I rather do Zoom because they have more viruses coming, and it's not making sense to send us to school and then after we get the virus. It makes more sense so that we cannot get the virus. But the virus spreading around, so it makes sense for us to stay at home doing Zoom.
One of the most important messages being pushed is that the children have a voice, and we, the adults, need to listen. If today's opinions did not provide enough proof of this, then I don't know what else it will take. With that said, the youngsters have been away from classes for long enough, so I won't keep them waiting any longer. Class is in session. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
A district education officer is holding nothing back as she addresses parents and guardians with regards to the part that they play in protecting the very same children that they are fretting over as they head back to school. Francelette Laurencine says adults need to take accountability for their lifestyles that are placing youngsters at risk and work towards making vital changes.
The lifestyle habits of parents and guardians have been called out by District 3 Education Officer Francelette Laurencine as the new school term commenced on Monday, January 11th, amidst the concerns surrounding the safety of the children attending school during the COVID-19 pandemic. Concerns have been especially heightened after the Department of Health reported the confirmation of 43 new cases of the virus, the highest number of cases confirmed on island to date. Laurencine said, "This is what happens when adults fail to adhere to the protocols put in place." She said parents and guardians need to do better in their everyday lives to protect their little ones at home.
We need to curtail our social activity. We are reopening schools, and it is not only the responsibility of schools. Again, I reiterate, parents, we can only keep our children safe if you ensure that you keep the protocols. We were told very early from last term by the Ministry of Health to ensure that we reduce our social activity. What does that mean? That we should have, I'm saying we should have, because whatever happens this month of January, it is just showing us what it is that we were engaging in the month of December. So parents, we are doing all in our efforts to ensure that our students and our personnel at the school plant are safe.
The district education officer continued on to implore parents to take on a more hands-on role in ensuring that work at home is completed.
Please ensure that your children, supervise them to begin with. Ensure that your children complete the work that is set by the teachers, etc. Those schools on the alternate system of operations, it's a challenge for them, but they're doing what it takes to ensure that we continue the education of our children. Our children. It is not your personal child only. It is all of our children. Please ensure that you support the school. If you have any challenges or issues, I know it's a challenge for some parents, etc., and some households. But if you ask the school how they can assist you if you are facing any challenges, whatever they are, the schools are always there, willing and ready to work with you.
The mental well-being of the children, Laurentine said, is also of extreme importance, and so she encouraged parents to be their children's support, as this will be needed now more than ever.
Let us support our children. If you see they are a little anxious, well, today, some children are anxious about going back to school. They worry, they've heard so much on the news. The children are not close, to what is going on in society. They are fully aware and they are processing in their own way what is happening around them. So parents, you need to support. You are the adults, we are the adults. We need to get our act together so that we can help our children to continue their education in a safe, calm, comfortable manner, because the psychosocial component is also important, how the children feel. So you need to speak to your children, and if you see there's any issue, they're apprehensive, you keep all the stress in your head, but help them to settle down and be happy. They are children. Children are supposed to be happy, not stressed out about life, etc.
Laurentine said whilst life must go on, she reminded parents to sanitize, refrain from social activities, and treat the classrooms as well as their homes as safety bubbles. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
For quite some time, there has hardly been a weekend of respite for the St. Lucia Fire Service when it comes to responses to incidents of violence leading to injury. This weekend, there were 2 shootings and 6 vehicular accidents. Spokesman for the Fire Service, Damian Jabatis, made the disclosure.
On Friday, January 8th, 2021, at approximately 3 p.m., Fire Service Headquarters responded to a call for a gunshot wound at Roseau Castries. Emergency personnel were presented with a 31-year-old male who, upon assessment, was found to be conscious with penetrating wounds to his leg. He was treated and transported to the OKEU hospital, where he was handed over to the medical staff in a stable condition.
A few minutes after midnight, that's on Monday morning, emergency personnel from the Vieux Fort Fire Station responded to another shooting at Bruceville Vieux Fort. A 25-year-old male was found with penetrating wounds to the leg. Responders transported the patient to St. Jude Hospital. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more after the break.